Perhaps the most terrifying existential threat to all existence. One that devours and consumes with an endless hunger and adapts to anything. An endless armada from beyond our galaxy. Is there a way to stop them in our world, us measly human beings? And how do we do it without destroying ourselves completely? Maybe there is a way. Would we survive a Tyranid alien invasion right now, as it is, as reality stands? Well, the short answer is, fuck no. We can't even be trusted to preserve our own planet, let alone a goddamn alien invasion. But what if I told you there's a caveat? What if I told you that there is a way? There is a way, y'all, to do this. We can do this very, very well. As stupid as humanity is, we have a way. See, there's no beating the Tyranids. There's no beating them. You can't win. We're not beating them in a fight whatsoever. But we could survive. All right. If they can't beat them, if these guys are struggling, what are we going to do? We're pathetic. We're pathetic. But you see, I like this. I like finding OP creatures so I can teach you how to beat them. I'm a cinema vigilante, all right? I'm a movie guy. I'm not a video game guy. I'm coming at this from a cinema perspective. I save cinema because Hollywood is so shit. But sometimes I'll find OP beings in horror films and sci-fi films and I'll teach you how to beat them. I did this with the Smile entity. Okay, I really did. I've done this with beings like Calvin, even though I still really haven't found a way to beat him. But still, you can, and I will one day, I promise. But I try to take a look into the Tyranids. These beings, this is probably going to be my most ambitious video because these beings are ultra powerful. They are so much more powerful than any being I've touched upon. Is this the scariest alien invasion ever? Let's look at everything I've touched upon. I've touched upon the xenomorphs. They're powerful, but they're not like this. I've touched upon the Edge of Tomorrow aliens that can adapt to you using time travel. I've touched upon that. I've touched upon the white spikes. These aliens were so terrifying, humanity is straight up lost, and we had to go back in time to fight them. Calvin, a being that started off as a sperm in a petri dish and then started to grow until he consumed everything and might consume everything on Earth. Unstoppable. The Thing, it can assimilate you on touch, turn you into its bitch. You'll be nothing. You'll be a husk after this. Slither, one of my least favorite things to even talk about. It'll infect everything, turn them, morph them, assimilate them until it consumes all life on Earth. You're noticing a pattern here, yeah? The Flood from Halo, yet again an all-consuming being with a hive mind. This is probably the worst of the worst because these are eldritch Lovecraftian beings that turn into a goddamn flood-like virus, okay? They're pretty unstoppable. The Necromorphs, my personal favorite of the video game Alien viruses, okay? And reanimating dead creatures by altering bacteria. And they have like the convergence event, which is like combining all the flesh and biomass that's gathered together. Now listen, when it comes to what's the worst, in my opinion, it's still the Flood, because the Flood, it can infect everything from AI to technology, all that. I believe at its peak, I believe the Necromorphs probably have just a bit more limits on them with the markers and such than the Flood is. I know there's a lot of video game fans about to come at me. I love Dead Space! I love that lore. It's my favorite. I like it more than Halo's lore. But Tyranids. Let me tell you something about the Tyranids. These things are like Necromorphs, Xenomorphs, and the Thing put the fuck together. You don't want to mess with them. These beings have an array of powers. They are like all the powers we just mentioned combined. They can adapt. Anything you do, they can, some of them, sometimes they can take years to adapt to something. Sometimes they can take minutes to adapt to something mid-fight. They have biotech. They can create guns, swords, axes, and wings out of their own flesh. Mid-fight. They can infect you and assimilate you. They can turn you into hybrids. They can make you a part of their hive mind. Biomass formation. They want biomass, like Necromorphs, and the Hive does too, like the Thing does. They want to consume all biomass so that they can use it as part of their bodies and their ships. They have multiple bioforms. We're going to go through some of them, but we can't go through all of them. There's too many bioforms. They can evolve. Like I said, if you find a way to beat them, they'll just come back by the millions and evolve to you, and they have a hive mind. And of course, every one of these fucking OP aliens just loves having hive minds. They got Leviathans. They got like warriors. They got winged bat fucking Tyranids. They got the gene stealers that can kiss you and infect you and turn you into hybrids. They got swarm lords, which lead the pack. They got multiple bioforms. This is just the tip of the iceberg. They're planetary armies. If they're coming for you, they're going to take your entire planet whole. They're coming by millions so they can take over everything down to the planet's core. Okay? There's too many of them. The hive mind is probably the scariest part because they've been conquering worlds and consuming all the knowledge of these worlds. through adaptation evolution, they have centuries of goddamn knowledge. They will adapt you and use your own knowledge to get you. Chances are, if they invade us, they probably kind of know how to defeat us. Not that they would even need to have much knowledge on that, because human beings are not doing shit to this anyways, but they're high IQ, y'all. They function as a cohesive whole consciousness. All right. A lot of the Tyranids are like rabid animals, but that doesn't matter because they're all part of the greater hive mind. All right. And the thing is, if you still find a way to defeat them, they'll come back by the millions. They'll wait. They'll go adapt to you, come back by the millions, and just swarm you, destroy you. They have ships that are made of biomatter. These are like bioorganic, techno-advanced ships that can travel space-time. What the fuck do you think we're doing against this? So here's a question. If we knew they were coming next week, how would we go about stopping them? Or just surviving? Are we going to hide in bunkers and just set off nukes? Is that how it goes? How do we do this? I asked ChatGPT, what are some ways we can, I just wanted to see what AI says about this, and I summarized it here. What are some ways we can defeat the Tyranids? Well, it says, kill their synapses creatures, the creatures that act as like psychic domains and conduits for the monsters, right? Kill them and you can disrupt many of these creatures and cause chaos. Chaos is a key word here. Deny them biomass so they starve, use unpredictable tactics so they can't really evolve the same way, and try to use the warp. Utilize the warp and all the firepower you can to slow them down. Sure, that last part, you're not good luck killing synapses creatures, okay? Good luck denying them biomass. It's literally everywhere. Unpredictable tactics, we're stupid. We're stupid, not them. Warp powers and extreme firepower, we have firepower. Let's say the warp exists in our world, right? The warp is this plane of pure psychic energy where Lovecraftian abominations lie. People use warp to create like magic, chaos magic and shit, right? In the Warhammer universe. Demons, all that shit. We can use warp to do space-time and all that. Now humans in our world, we don't have that much psychic presence within us. There's limited functions we have. Even the strongest psychics are nothing compared to the psychics in the Warhammer. Here's the issue. Even if we could utilize the warp somehow, if somehow on Earth we found a way to break into the warp realm, they have the shadow. They can disrupt the warp and leave the entire immaterium vacant for us. If you're a strong psychic, you're fucked. Your mind is going to hell because of this. We don't have access to the warp. Even if we did, they'd find a way to disrupt it. So we need to go another realm, all right? There's no earthly way of stopping them. These aren't like the Quiet Place aliens where, oh, they're allergic to sound and somehow they're going to stop our military. Realistically, we would have annihilated the Quiet Place aliens 10 times over within 2 months. All it takes us 3 weeks to study them, to figure out what the weaknesses are, and then we fucking carpet bomb them to hell. Now some could say, okay, just drop nukes. What? Okay, let's say you kill a few of them. What are you going to do with the ships that are going to go back and assimilate and adapt? Do we want nuke-proof Tyranids coming here? Are you stupid? Chaos is the key word. You need to cause them chaos so they don't know what the fuck is going on. So, we can't use the warp. The psychic realm is off limits. So we're going to go into the spiritual, esoteric realm. Don't leave! Don't leave! Okay, listen, I want you to look. If you're religious and all that stuff, don't be offended by what I'm going to say, right? This is a last resort. We are facing beings that are beyond us. So we need entities that are beyond, okay? And if you're someone who doesn't believe in any of this stuff, if you're like an atheist and you don't believe in any of this, listen, this whole video is fictional for you then. Then you have no worries. Just sit back and be entertained, okay? But this is the real way to beat them, okay? This is a two-phase plan. Phase 1, you make a deal. You're going to go to the evil forces. We're going to find the craziest black magic cults. They exist out there, man. There's cults that practice black magic all over the world. Hollywood is just one of them. Yeah, I'm going to make a deal with my worst enemy, Hollywood. We're going to make an alliance. They do cult shit all the time. We're going to have to do this for the greater good, all right? They all study witchcraft. They've exited our realm. They make deals with demons all the time. We're going to go to the Bohemian Grove. All right, we're going to go and see what's going down. If there really are sacrifices to Moloch happening, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but if they are, this is the place to go. This probably is a conduit for spiritual energy. So we're going to do a seance-like ritual and make contact with the other side. We're going to make contact with Lucifer's demon princes of hell, okay? Stay with me. Stay with me. We're going to make a deal. Satan will help us in this scenario. Why? Satan wants to use humanity as puppets to spite God. He loves that. That's like his playtime, right? What's he going to do if Tyranids make us extinct within a day? He loses all the fun. Lucifer wants to have fun with us. You can't have fun with something that doesn't exist. We won't exist if the Tyranids come down and we're not prepared, okay? So Lucifer will help us. He's going to we're going to draft an all-star team of demons here, okay? So don't leave, okay? I'm thinking Beelzebub and Asmodeus, one of these two. Beelzebub is like a demon god of flesh. He's perfect for this, all right? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do blood sacrifice and host sacrifice. We need to do a blood sacrifice ritual to break the barrier between worlds, and we need to implant one of these demons. Powerful demons. These are powerful demons, right? They don't fuck around. We need to put them in a host. I will volunteer as tribute. Okay, listen, we're sacrificing innocents here. We're gonna take all the Epsteins of the world too, and we're gonna blood sacrifice them for this to happen. And we need one innocent to be host, because demons love possessing innocent people. I'm as innocent as I get, Lucifer, I promise you. Let Beelzebub possess me, okay? Once he does, once he has me as his host, he's going to form a demonic virus. What does this mean? We're going to take the worst prisoners of all the world. The worst prisoners ever, we're going to collect them and put them in Bohemian Grove, and we're going to possess all of them with a virus very similar to the Deadite virus of Evil Dead. A demonic virus that's controlled, so it doesn't go berserk and take over everybody, because that would be a nightmare. That's the deal we're making with the devil, essentially. A demonic virus. Why? What's the point of this? These creatures, they love biomass, right? Undead, dead, normal zombies will not work on them. They love all biomass. So we'll give them biomass. We'll give them deadite biomass, cursed to demonic flesh. So when it becomes a part of them, it can corrupt them. That's how we beat them. That's how we cause chaos. And once that happens, our demons will get access to their hive mind. Lucifer will get access to their hive mind. And he'll see and corrupt it and cause chaos among their ranks. It'll make them go berserk and crazy. Now, you could say, are they immune to the devil, though? Zafy, are they immune to are they immune to the biblical cosmic entities? The chaos gods of Warhammer, they don't like Tyranids. You know, they fear what the Tyranids could become. But even they, if there was one way they would beat the Tyranids, it would be corrupting the hive mind. You have to do that. That's the key. If they're immune to the devil, by the way, we're fucked. There's nothing we can do. We're literally fucked. So, Tyranids, if there is not reliable biomass available on a planet, and if it's just causing too much chaos, they will leave and come back later. So this will cause us to survive and them to leave. All right, we have bought ourselves some time here. Yes, we've plunged ourselves in a world where deadites and demons are running rampant. We're taking the lesser of two evils. Okay, I'd rather stick with this than get annihilated by Tyranids. Phase 2, we've bought ourselves time, now we're going to fight fire with fire. We're going to collect some abandoned biomass left over by Tyranids that maybe some of them got defeated, I don't know. We're going to find, we just need one sample. We're going to put it in a testing facility. We're going to separate it from the hive mind by demonically charging it. And then what we're going to do is, since it's separated now from that, it's ours now. We're going to use it for experimentation. We're going to take Sam Worthington, it has to be him. We're going to do multiple human trials until we find the one. So it'll be Sam Worthington. How does this make sense? Why are we doing this? So we can create this. Alex Mercers from Prototype. People whose biomatter can function the same way the Tyranids do, except it can adapt to them. We're fighting fire with fire. He will use his biomass in the same way they do, and we're going to create multiple super soldiers like this to be our first line of defense. All right? This is how we prepare ourselves for attack. If they want to assimilate and adapt, we'll have beings that have the same exact fucking powers come at us, y'all. Now, we're still not winning because they have way more numbers than we do. We don't have enough super soldiers, but we will successfully have extended our lives long enough to have lives worth living. So this is not about beating the Tyranids, it's about surviving long enough that if they do eventually overtake us, we'll have lived somewhat of a life. All right, that is how we somewhat survive the Tyranids. All right, I think I cooked. For someone who doesn't know shit about games, I think I cooked. You guys have to give me some level of credit here. I do a lot of cocaine, all right? If you want to know how to beat the smile entity, if you want to know how to defeat this being, I made a whole video on that. Watch it here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.